We're Mel and Kate, and since the shutdown in March, we would have never imagined it would lead us to our biggest adventure to date, building out a 2014 Sprinter van in Michigan to run our business and lives from full time. We have been hard at work cleaning, rust-proofing, installing fans and windows in the van, and making steady progress in order to head out west to spend time with Mel's family in California. Thanks for joining us on the journey as we juggle work, relationships, and family during these crazy, crazy times.
Today we're doing the initial steps to install the diesel heater. And what I need to do is assemble the pump to the tubing. There's this tubing, that tubing goes into this tubing, and then there's this rubber gasket that holds the pump and all sorts of other things, including this little filter and all these little guys. This is a Chinese diesel heater I got off of, where did I buy it? I think AliExpress for like $130 instead of spending $1,500 on a heater that's basically the same thing but made in like Germany. So we'll see how it works. It might be a total piece of crap, but it might work just fine. It's a significant of money that we can save to put into like higher end electronic components. And if we have to buy another one in case, if this one breaks down, like I can already tell that this filter, it's all plastic, and the one that comes in the more expensive heater is metal. So this might need to be replaced, but if that's the only thing that needs to be replaced, then that's not bad. Yeah, that should work. This is the little nipple nozzle that actually goes into the auxiliary diesel plug into the van. No, this end, that end, yeah, that end. Here's the pump. That little arrow right there means that that's got to go towards the heater. This is the filter, and it needs to go before the pump. The tools I have for this is a Phillips, some clippers to cut the tubing, and I think that's all I might need for now. This guy needs to go on before everything, and depending on how this will be mounted, this will go on like this. So slide that on. This is 12 volt. So you see there is like a little plug there, and that wire, there's a wiring harness, part of it will plug into there and then go up into the van. This will also sit at least a 15-degree angle. You might want to go a little bit above 15 degrees, which is what we're gonna do, because if you're on a slope, or if you're if you're basically on a hill or a slope of any sort that's more than 15 degrees, this won't work. If you're at 15 degrees, it will if you set this to 15. But if you go to like maybe 30, then you can be at least a 30 slope before it will stop working. Someone's here to visit, and her name is Celery Juice.
Hey, her name is Kate.
Hey, Miss Celery.
The top is...
We're gonna need 4 pieces out of this one. We want to make sure that there's enough here that attaches there, enough to where this will go in the other end. Now, what we need to check is if the heater on the bottom side of it, I think I might need 5 pieces out of this guy. Right here, you can see the bottom of the bottom. This pops off, and this doesn't fit in there. So we need another tube, a bigger tube, to fit that. I'm gonna warm this up to see if I can make it a little bit more pliable. Hey babe, when you get a chance, can you bring the heat gun over here? Papa, please. This end is gonna go on this side, which is the side that is pumping to the heater. I got my heat gun. Ooh, feels nice on the hands. It's kind of cold. I'm gonna warm these guys up. Okay, little clamps. Okay, that's pretty snug on there. So we got those two. This runs towards the heater. This is incoming. So incoming needs to go through a filter. I think it goes this way. What do you think? You know, because this is all, catches it all, the fluid, the diesel, into this filtered area. And as it exits, I think it goes this way. So this is where I'm at so far. Okay, here's the diesel heater. And I put the rubber gasket, well, I don't know why I keep calling it a gasket, but the rubber hose on there, and then a little clasp to clasp that down, nice and snug. So after a lot of heating and twisting and turning and pushing, I finally got this nozzle into there, and I will put a clamp over it, and that should prevent any leaks. Whew, that was challenging.
What are you doing?
This is the pump assembly that's gonna keep your butt warm at night.
I think it's your butt we're more worried about.
Yeah,
So,
I need warm
hi.
butt. What happens is this part plugs into the accessory diesel port on the tank underneath.
Okay.
It's gonna sit into there. Then comes out of there. It's gonna go into this tubing, which is gonna be like pretty long. So the tube goes from there to here. Mm-hmm. And then as it goes into here, this thing filters it.
Whoa.
That's a little filter. So it goes into there, filters any particles that don't need to be in there, then goes into here. The pump then sucks it in, out this way. Then we do another cord vinyl tubing that goes out of here into here.
Whoa.
And basically once we have that connected and attached underneath, then this is the exhaust pipe. So all the dirty exhaust goes out, and this is for clean air to come in. And then we just plug it in.
That's crazy.
And it should work.
Dave, proud of you.
Hey, come on, don't call me Mel Guyver.
Come on, I'm gonna get you a stocking that says Mel Guyver.
That's about as far as I can go before cutting out a hole in the van.
You can't.
Hole in the van. Hole in the van.
You can't. We're doing a delivery today.
A delivery?
Yeah.
Where are we off to?
Today, we're off to two places. We're donating poinsettias.
To Tupelo, Mississippi.
What? No, we're not.
No.
One place is to Heartside Ministry, which is a really amazing ministry that's downtown Grand Rapids, works with individuals who are at risk, homeless, really vulnerable populations, to support them in just a whole lot of ways. So we're bringing some poinsettias there for the folks who come through, bring them a little Christmas cheer, and then we are also going to Mary Free Bed Rehab Hospital.
One of the top rehab hospitals in the country. That's where Bob, after his heart attack, he went there. They took great care of him. And for the last few years, we've been donating poinsettias to Mary Free Bed and also Heartside Ministries, which is an amazing organization. Check them out online at the link below. If you feel like supporting them, they do amazing things in the Grand Rapids area. Feeding homeless, sheltering homeless, educating homeless, helping them get back into the job force. Pretty amazing things. Yeah.
Actually, we're just delivering them. My parents are donating them, but we're part of the
Parents
donation
are donating,
train.
we're delivering, and we're donating our time, money, and Vanny.
Love.
And we're donating Vanny. Should we tell them the name? Should we tell them the winning name? We finally figured out the name.
The winning name in our book.
The winning name in our book for Vanny. Vanny is her middle name and nickname.
Yeah.
She needed a first name.
We spent a lot of time thinking about it because, to be honest, we've heard of a lot of van names that we didn't like. And we didn't want it to be too cutesy or too thought out or too planned. And we just kind of figured it would come to us, which is exactly what happened. Literally one night, we were falling asleep in our bed. It's dark in the room, and Mel says, what about?
We name her after one of the funniest and one of our favorite travel writers in existence. Irma!
That's right, Irma Bombeck. If you haven't read her book, When You Begin to Look Like Your Passport Photo, It's Time to Go Home, you've got to read it. It
Hilarious.
It's one of the best books ever. She was just a humor writer in general, and this travel book is one of our favorites. And you know, Vanny's a little, you know, she's a little stubborn. She likes to do things in her own way, kind of like Irma Bombeck. So Irma is her name, Vanny's her nickname, her middle name, and we're
Irma
excited.
Vanny Van Cutler.
I love it.
Full name. It's official.
It's official.
Follow Irma, Kate, and Mel on our adventures. Yeehaw! Go, Irma!
Go Irma!
I mean, it does sound like an old lady, but a cute old lady.
Yeah, and we like old ladies. They're really fun.
I especially like old ladies. This is my old lady right here.
Thanks, babe.
Hey,
was really
it's
nice
a term of endearment.
I'm sure it is.
Old lady.
Stop it!
Now that we've assembled what we could with the diesel heater, we need to find a location where to mount this pump. And then also we need to measure how much of the other clear tubing we need on either side. And then cut that. And then we can plug that into here. So let's crawl under the van. Oh, I probably don't want to mess my hat up. So let me show you the auxiliary line. This is the diesel auxiliary line where it pops into right there. That's where that nozzle plugs in. And then from there, it needs to run all the way down, all the way down, all the way down to somewhere over in this area. I think it's going to be mounted right here, like here. Now I need to get up from this cold, hard floor somehow. Babe, I need help. Nah, just kidding.
I can only go this far myself.
I can extend a leg for you to grab.
Okay, so that big saw hole didn't work. It didn't work because it kept getting loose and slipping and it wouldn't grind because I didn't have one of these. You see, when you turn this, two more pop up to hold that saw in place, the hole saw, and I didn't have that. So now I have to figure out what to do. Thankfully, I didn't drill all the way through in any area, except the pilot hole. Whew! And I'm through. Those two big ones are through. Now, let's make sure it fits. We made all the holes, if you can see them. There was a lot of them. And we had to make so many holes because that big hole saw wouldn't work. So now we have a bunch of holes, and whenever we have a bunch of holes, we need to grind everything down, which I already did, and then we paint. Okay, we got it painted, and now we're gonna wait for it to dry. And what we'll do is then bring it over next door, put on the butyl tape, fit the heater, make sure everything fits with the plate, and then Sikaflex the plate down, put the bolts in, and it should be good to go. These are the holes that I cut into the van yesterday, and we're gonna see if this part fits into there. But first, this plate is on there, so we're gonna dry fit it. I have to gently take this off without cracking it. It's so close. I think it's in there. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. Okay, good. That is good news, folks. Good news. Hot air outlet. Yeah, we want it facing this way. You can see it says hot air outlet. Make sure you have it the right way. And it's in there. So now that we know it's in there, we can batten down the hatches, folks. What I realized is that this wiring harness, all of this is for the heater. Not all of it has to go underneath, but there is this plug right here, plugs into the fuel pump that goes under the van. So the fuel pump is bolted to the van. It needs to plug into this, and then this needs to be run up through the floor. Thing is I didn't make any holes for the wires. But if you look at this, there's this thing right here, which basically makes room for the wire. So what I need to do is cut this out. And to do that, I'm gonna use the jigsaw to basically cut right here and then have a little hole at the end, and then see if I can fit a grommet in there just to protect these wires a little better. If I would have just glued this down onto it, then that wouldn't have been a good thing. That's loud. Babe, can you get me some headphones? Earplugs? Now, time to apply butyl tape. This is like a weather sealing tape. Now the final step, oh my, is to get this heater in. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, we put the heater in. Everything fits good. Kate is underneath, just making sure everything is screwed on as it should be. see what we're working with, folks. Here's the bottom. That's what it looks like. Today's the day. We are getting ready to install the rest of the diesel heater. I have my tools handy and ready right here, and my box of diesel heater goodies, and we're gonna start putting it all together. This part goes into the auxiliary diesel little nozzle right there once I pop it out. But once I pop it out, there's a chance that the diesel fluid might flow, and then that'll get all over the place. So I need to make sure that I have this ready. And before I have that ready, I'm gonna make sure that I have this ready. So this will go in here. I want to get it in there as much as we can. I ran the wires through here because this pump is a little noisy, like it clicks quite a bit. So we want it to be as far away but close enough to the gas tank as possible. Okay, we figured out where we're gonna mount it. It's gonna go right here. And right now I've ran the hose from the auxiliary line. It's coming all the way this way. Oh, well, this isn't the most comfortable position. Where did my screw go? We're gonna try to pre-drill. Anything happening? It's pretty thick. I might need to go with a snub nose. Okay, we're through. Oh, I think it went in. Whew. God. Oh, can you see that? It's got to be at least at a 30-degree angle. And it's in there. Now we string this through and it connects to that right there. Snap this in. Okay. Whew, that's snapped in. Right there. So that pat is connected to the power. So the pump now is connected to power. We finally figured out how to get the
It's going faster. Go!
And I gotta go make sure that we don't over prime it and that the gas is not overflowing. Okay. No gas yet. But it should be coming. I see it. No. It's right there. I totally see it. Can you see that? Can you guys see it? Right there. There it goes. It's going, it's going. I'll tell you when. All right. Oh, that's good. Okay, I think it's stopped anyways. Diesel! I think now all we need to do is turn it on and let it cycle. All right, we turned on the heater and we know it blows air already. Now we're gonna see if it blows hot air.
Nobody told us about that when they said hashtag van life. They didn't say, oh yeah, get a heater and it's gonna be playing a percussion section.